Transformation and synthesis of sentences. Consider these pairs of sentences. Mumbai is more lively than any other city in India. Comparative. No other city in India is so lively as Mumbai. Positive. 2. It was uncertain whether the tournament will be held as scheduled. Positive. It was not certain whether the tournament will be held as scheduled. Negative. 3. How delicious this fruit pie is. Exclamatory. This fruit pie is very delicious. Assertive. Both sentences of each pair say the same thing, but have different forms. There are different ways of saying the same thing. This is known as the transformation of sentences. Transformation of sentences can be done in the following ways. Definition. Transformation refers to change in the form of a sentence without changing its meaning. Interchange of the degrees of comparison. We can change the degree of comparison of an adjective or adverb in a sentence without changing its meaning. For example, no other fiber is so strong as nylon. Positive. Nylon is stronger than any other fiber. Comparative. Nylon is the strongest fiber. Superlative. Interchange of affirmative and negative sentences. In order to change an affirmative sentence into a negative one without changing its meaning, we have to add a negative word like no, not or never. Use positive degree between so, as. For example, he was given unrestricted access to the classified documents. Affirmative. His access to classified documents was not restricted. Negative. He is older than me. Affirmative. I am not so old as him. Negative. Interchange of assertive and interrogative sentences. In order to change an assertive sentence into an interrogative one without changing its meaning, we have to add a negative if the assertive sentence is in the affirmative, or remove the negative if the assertive sentence is in the negative. For example, they are experienced enough to handle this project. Assertive. Are they not experienced enough to handle this project? Interrogative. They are not experienced enough to handle this project. Assertive. Are they experienced enough to handle this project? Interrogative. Interchange of assertive and exclamatory sentences. In order to change an exclamatory sentence into an assertive without changing its meaning, we have to add words like very, indeed, truly, etc., according to the need of the sentence, and remove the exclamation mark. For example, how beautiful this sculpture is. Exclamatory. This sculpture is very beautiful. Assertive. Sentences containing the adverb to. Adverb to is changed into so, that. For example, these clothes are too flashy to be worn formally. These clothes are so flashy that they cannot be worn formally. 1. If to is not followed by to and comes after the verb in a sentence, then it may be replaced by adverbs, such as very and extremely. For example, he is too strong-headed. He is extremely strong-headed. If to is not followed by to and comes before the verb in a sentence, then it is replaced by also. However, also is placed after the verb. For example, he too is keen to watch the match. He is also keen to watch the match. 2. Sentences starting with as soon as. There are two ways in which you can transform sentences which start with as soon as. For example, as soon as I reached the station, the train left. No sooner had I reached the station than the train left. Scarcely had I reached the station when the train left. Conversion of simple sentences to compound or complex sentences. Transformation of a simple sentence into a compound sentence. A simple sentence has only one subject and one predicate. A compound sentence has two or more main or independent clauses, each having its own subject and predicate. We can convert a simple sentence into a compound sentence by the following ways. By expanding an infinitive into a clause. For example, we went out to play cricket. Simple sentence. We went out and played cricket. Compound sentence. By expanding the prepositional phrase into a clause. For example, in spite of hard work, the student did not succeed. Simple sentence. The student worked hard, but he did not succeed. Compound sentence. By changing the participial phrase into a clause. For example, picking up the oars, he rowed the boat across a river. Simple sentence. He picked up the oars and rowed the boat across the river. Compound sentence. Transformation of a simple sentence into a complex sentence. A complex sentence consists of one main clause and one or more subordinate, dependent clauses. We can convert a simple sentence into a complex sentence by the following ways. By expanding the noun into a noun clause. For example, he regretted his absence at the wedding. Simple sentence. He regretted that he was absent at the wedding. Complex sentence. By expanding the noun phrase into the adjective clause. For example, she washed her little sister's clothes. Simple sentence. She washed the clothes that belonged to her little sister. Complex sentence. By expanding the participial phrase into a clause. For example, seeing the snake, the children ran away. Simple sentence. The children ran away when they saw the snake. Complex sentence. Some more rules for transformation of simple and compound sentences. Usage in complex sentence. Simple. Compound. Sentences starting with since/as/when. Amid since/as/when. Amid since/as/when. Use verb plus ing of the. Write down the rest of the part. Example, since the girl worked hard, she secured good marks. Then write the rest of the part. Join clauses by using and so, and therefore. Use subject with the principal clause. Write the main clause unchanged. Principal clause remains unchanged. Example, the girl worked hard and secured good marks. Example, working hard, the girl secured good marks. In case of be verb in subordinate clause. Example, since he was sick, he could not work hard. Use being / because in place of since plus pronoun / noun, possessive form, plus being. Example, because of his being sick, he could not work hard. Omit since in the beginning. Insert therefore to show reason. Example, he was sick and, therefore, could not work hard. When the subject of each clause is different, use subject of subordinate clause in the beginning of the sentence. Use and therefore to join two clauses. Example, since the weather was bad, they did not go out. Use verb plus ing, be verb being, have verb having. Example, the weather being bad, they did not go out. Example, the weather was bad and, therefore, they did not go out. When a sentence starts with if is replaced by plus, verb plus ing. Omit if plus subject. Example, if you work hard, you will succeed in life. Example, by working hard, you will succeed in life. Example, work hard and you will succeed in life. Sentences starting with if, not or unless. If, not or unless is replaced by without plus, verb plus ing. Use or slash otherwise to join two clauses. Example, if you do not work hard, you will fail the examination. Example, without working hard, you will fail the examination. Example, work hard or you will fail the examination. Sentence starting with though. Though is replaced by in spite of plus possessive form of the subject plus, verb plus ing. Use but to join two clauses. Example, though he tried heart and soul, he could not succeed in life. Example, in spite of his trying heart and soul, he could not succeed in life. Example, he tried heart and soul, but could not succeed. Sentence containing so that. So that is replaced by to slash in order to. Use and want slash wants to join two clauses. Example, he works hard so that he may prosper in life. Example, he works hard to slash in order to prosper in life. Example, he works hard and wants to prosper in life. Sentence containing plus so plus adjective plus that. So plus adjective plus that is replaced by to plus adjective plus to. Use and therefore to make it a compound sentence. Example, the boy is so foolish that he cannot understand it. Example, the boy is too foolish to understand it. Example, he is so foolish and, therefore, cannot understand it. Sentence starting with when. When, if mentioned time, is replaced by. For short time, at. For month or season, in. For age, at the age of. Omit when and use and to join clauses. Example, she woke up when it was midnight. When it is spring, the cuckoo sings. When Mary was 4, she went to school. Example, she woke up at midnight. In spring, the cuckoo sings. At the age of 4, Mary went to school. It is spring and the cuckoo sings. Mary was 4 and she went to school. Sentences referring to a continuous fact. Use at the time of instead of when. Use and. Example, when I was eating, the phone rang. Example, at the time of my eating, the phone rang. Example, I was eating and the phone rang. Sentences containing a noun clause. Noun clause can be replaced by noun. Use and. Example, that he is honest is known to all. Example, his honesty is known to all. Example, he is honest and it is known to all. If the complex sentence is made with relative pronoun, who, what, which, that. Omit the relative pronoun and make verb plus ing. Use a conjunction to join two clauses. Example, the student who won the science fair received a scholarship. Example, the science fair winning student received a scholarship. Example, the student won the science fair, and as a result, he received a scholarship. Synthesis of sentences. Synthesis means to join and merge into one. See how these pairs of sentences are joined into one. She cleared the interview. She got the job. Having cleared the interview, she got the job. 2. I am taking up mineralogy. I wish to work as an oil prospector. I am taking up mineralogy to work as an oil prospector. 3. Jack is my neighbor. He is very amiable and helpful. Jack, my neighbor, is very amiable and helpful. Synthesis of sentences involves combining two or more simple sentences into one new sentence. Simple, compound or complex. Combination of two or more simple sentences into a single simple sentence. By using a participle. We can use participle only when the sentences have a common subject. For example, she got a plum job. She bought a new car. Having got the plum job, she bought a new car. 2. The student finished his test. He submitted the papers to the teacher. Having finished the test, the student submitted the papers to the teacher. By using an infinitive. For example, I am going abroad. I want to pursue a master's in cosmology. I am going abroad to pursue a master's in cosmology. 2. You must complete your work in time. It is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to complete your work in time. By using a noun or phrase in apposition. For example, Peter is our gardener. He looks after our garden very well. Peter, our gardener, looks after our garden very well. 2. Ron is my best friend. He plays chess very well. Ron, my best friend, plays chess very well. By using a preposition with a noun or gerund. For example, she gave them her advice. She helped them generously. Besides giving them her advice, she helped them generously. 2. He faced many obstacles. He succeeded in completing the project. In spite of facing many obstacles, he succeeded in completing the project. By using an adverb or an adverbial phrase. For example, they decided to abandon the project. All agreed to this. They unanimously decided to abandon the project. 2. It will rain today. It is quite probable. It will quite probably rain today. By using absolute phrases. For example, the sun rose. The mist disappeared. The sun having risen, the mist disappeared. 2. The board members arrived. The meeting began. The board members having arrived, the meeting began. Combination of two or more simple sentences into a single compound sentence. Simple sentences may be combined to form compound sentences by the use of coordinating conjunctions like and, not only, but also, as well as, but, still, or, either, or, neither, nor, yet, etc. For example, he knocked at the gate. He requested admission. He knocked at the gate and requested admission. 2. He wrote the text. He selected the illustrations. He not only wrote the text but also selected the illustrations. 3. They are slow. They are sure. They are slow but they are sure. 4. Take it. Leave it. Take it or leave it. I cannot drive. It is raining very hard. I cannot drive, for it is raining very hard. Combination of two or more simple sentences into a single complex sentence. We can change a pair of simple sentences into a complex sentence by expanding a word or phrase into a subordinate clause. The subordinate clause may be a noun clause, an adjective clause or an adverb clause. For example, he was selected. I told him that. I told him that he was selected. Subordinate clause is a noun clause. 2. This is a fine opportunity. It should not be lost. This is a fine opportunity which should not be lost. Subordinate clause is an adjective clause. 3. I went there. The house was locked. When I went there, the house was locked. Subordinate clause is an adverb